Hello everyone, good day. I am Chrissy J. Sister Villarmino and I am your reporter for today. So my topic is just a continuation of Miss Crizel Sevilla's report under Chapter 9, which is entitled Improving a Classroom-Based Assessment Test. So here in my report, we're gonna talk about what is discrimination index. So the discrimination index, it is the power of an item to discriminate between those uninformed or informed groups or between more knowledgeable and less knowledgeable learners. So the discrimination index, it is a measure of an item's ability to discriminate between those who scored high on the total test and those who scored low. It helps to determine the extent to which a specific test question can differentiate between those who possess the knowledge or skill being tested to those who do not. This is an item statistics that can reveal useful information for improving an item. Meaning, if there is an item that needs an improvement, so the discrimination index can reveal which items that needs to be revised or be improved. There are three different discriminating items that we are going to talk about. The first one is the positively discriminating item. A positively discriminating item, it is an item or test question that effectively differentiate between those high-achieving students to the low-achieving student. In other words, it is an item that has a positive discrimination index, indicating that the students who perform well on the item also tend to perform well on the overall test, while those who perform poorly tend to have a lower overall test scores. Positively discriminating item is valuable in the assessment process because it helps to identify or distinguish between the students who have a different level of knowledge or skill. It contributes to the overall effectiveness of the test, measuring what is intended to measure. To understand it easily, a positively discriminating item, the proportion of the high scoring group is greater than the low scoring group. So that's the positively discriminating item. Now let's move on to the second discriminating item, which is the negatively discriminating item. Contrast, a negatively discriminating items are those where the students who perform poorly on the item tend to have a higher overall test scores compared to the students who perform well on the items tend to have a lower test scores. So it messages issues on the item's quality or its alignment to the test objectives. Therefore, education assessment experts typically avoid a negatively discriminating item to ensure the assessment accurately reflect to the student's abilities and provide reliable information for learners and educator. Let's proceed to the not discriminating item. A not discriminating item is also called a neutral discriminating item. It is a test or item that does not differentiate the high scoring group and the low scoring group. Therefore, the proportion of the high scoring group and the low scoring group are equal. So that's for the three different discriminating items. Now, let's proceed to the formula of how to get the discrimination index. And the discrimination index, we will use the formula D equals R sub U divided by T sub U minus R sub L divided by T sub L, where D is the discrimination index, R sub U is the number of upper group getting the item correct, T sub U is the number of upper group, R sub L is the number of lower group getting the item correct, and T sub L is the number of lower group. Another calculation with the same result as Cobizen and Barrick 2010 is D equals R sub U minus R sub L divided by T, where R sub U is the number of upper group getting the item correct, and the R sub L is the number of lower group getting the item correct, and the T is the number of either group. So, to get the discrimination index is to get the difference of the p-value involving the upper half, and to get the p-value involving the lower half. So, the formula can be given as Poofham 2011, where D equals P sub U minus P sub L, where P sub U is the p-value for upper group, and the P sub L is the p-value for lower group. To obtain the proportions of the upper group and lower group who responded the item correctly, we must follow some steps. First is to score the test paper, of course. Second is to arrange the test paper from highest to lowest. Third is to split the test papers into half. You get the upper group and the lower group. So, the test papers must be equal. Next, after getting the lower group and the upper group, we must find the p-value for the upper group and the lower group. So, to obtain the p-value of the upper group, we have the formula P sub U equals R sub U divided by T sub U. And to obtain the p-value of the lower group, we have the formula P sub L equals R sub L divided by T sub L. Since we now have the formula, the next thing to do is to get the discrimination index. So how are we going to get the discrimination index? Simply, we just get the difference between the p-value of the upper group and the p-value for the lower group. Okay, that's it. We can now have our discrimination index. Okay, let's move on to the guidelines for evaluating the discriminating efficiency of an item. So here we have the table with the discrimination index in the item evaluation. So if the discrimination index is 40 and above, the evaluation of it is a very good items. But if the discrimination is 30 to 39, it is reasonably good items, but subject for improvement. Then, if the discrimination index is 20 to 29, these are marginal items that usually needs improvement. And if the discrimination index is 19 and below, these are very poor items that needs to be rejected or improved by revision. Okay? That's for the guidelines. Items with negative discrimination indices, although significantly high, are subject right away for revision, if not deletion. with multiple choice item. Negative discrimination is a forensic evidence of errors. It suggests the possibility of wrong K. More knowledgeable students selected a disruptor, which is the correct answer, but not the K option. Second, unclear problem in the STEAM, leading to more than one correct answer. Ambiguous disruptor, leading the more informed students be divided in selecting the adaptive options. Last is the implausible K option, where more informed students will not choose. So as you can see, awareness of the writing guidelines can help to provide on how to improve the item with negative discrimination indices. So that's all for my report. Thank you for watching. Have a good day ahead. Bye!